today we are going to make our clay creature or monster or fish, whatever you decide to do. To start, you're going to get a small piece of clay and you're going to want to pinch off some of that clay to begin for any extra details that you may want to add, whether that is an eye, a tongue, or dots on the back, spikes, something like that. So I'll take a little bit off, and if there's any more and I'll actually probably take a pretty decent chunk off there, so I have plenty to add details. And then this is a good chunk for my body. So to start with this body, I'm going to start by rolling it and kind of pushing it, taking my hands and making it into a ball. We're going to start by making a pinch pot, meaning we're going to pinch the clay to make it a little bowl. So the smoother usually the better. You can see it looks like a nice bowl there, or excuse me, ball there. Okay. So what I'm going to do to make a pinch pot is I'm going to start with my thumb, and I'm going to push my thumb through there. Now notice that's not coming out the other side. That is very important. You don't want to push too hard where it comes through the other side, but enough. Okay. Then I'm going to start slowly turning it and pinching it. Pinching a little bit at a time. You can go 2 hands, you can do 1. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure you pinch enough so that it's not too thick. This is way too thick yet. I need to keep pinching out that clay. But you want to be cautious of making it too thin. If it's too thin, then it will very likely crack and break either in the kiln or before that. So I'm pinching the sides. I always try and pinch down at the bottom first. That's where most of that clay is going to be, not along the edge. So I'll kind of come in and pinch out that edge once I'm done kind of getting the base here. And then I can kind of pinch out that edge, again not making it too thin. I have some cracks a little bit, so I can take my thumb, my fingers, and smooth those out. And this is going to be the general shape of your creature. We have our pinch pot. And our pinch pot is actually going to go on the side. So this is going to be the mouth of our creature. So what you're going to do is you're going to set it down on the side so that, and close it enough so that it stands on its own. So you can see now the mouth is standing on its own. You're going to have to pull it enough forward. You may have to pinch it a little bit. Pull it, you know, you want the bottom. This is the bottom, and you do want that to be flat. Okay, and that is the mouth of your creature, just like that. Next, what you're going to do, you can smooth it out a little bit. Make sure it all looks nice. If you want to grab a teeny little water, you will have brand new clay, so it shouldn't have any cracks in it. Mine is a little bit older here, but if you do have little cracks, you can always go in and fix that. So what you're going to do now with your extra clay is you're going to add eyes, you could add a tongue, you could add spikes going down the back, little details like that. So I think I'm going to start with eyes. And whatever you add on, you have to be careful about it being too thick as well. You don't want anything any thicker than that. That is plenty thick. So I'm going to start with the eyes. If it's too thick, it takes a long time to dry, and there's a better chance that it would break in the kiln when it's being fired. So I'm going to start here. I think I'm going to flatten them a little bit. And then you're going to have a box of tools, and you can use these to add detail. So I think I'm going to poke a little pupil in there. And then when I attach them, so I think I'm going to attach them right here. Whenever you attach clay to clay, you have to do 3 things. The first thing you have to do is you have to scratch it. So put little scratches wherever you're going to add it and on the clay piece. So scratch it to attach it, and then slip. We're going to make a slip with water. Put a little water, slip to be hip, attach it, and then the last thing is blend to the end. Now blend to the end, you're going to use one of these green or turquoise tools, and you're just going to kind of blend it, go along that edge, and really make sure it's attached. So now I need to add my other eye. Again, scratch it to attach it. Slip to be hip. Get it in a place where I want it. And then with your green turquoise tool, whatever color you have, I'm going to blend it and just make sure that my eyes are really attached. We want to be careful when you're adding a bunch of things that they don't come off in the kiln. When they dry, it will come off if you're not doing this step. And then I'll make them a little more round, I think. Use my finger to make it a little nicer. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna add maybe some teeth. So if you wanted this to be a fish, you could add a little fin maybe. It's kind of up to you. I think I'll try and make a couple triangle. You can cut as you need. Kind of maybe some big teeth on the side, maybe one here and one here. Use as much clay as you have. If you run out, I can give you a little bit more, but for the most part you should all have enough clay. Okay, so it looks like I need to cut it a little bit. And again, scratch to attach, slip to be hip, and blend to the end. Okay, so scratch it, scratch, slip on both sides, and blend. So I can go ahead and take my green tool here, really make sure it's blend in the shape that I want it. And you will do the same for that. And then I think I'm going to add kind of a spike down the back maybe. So maybe I could roll out a coil. And then I could try kind of adding something fun kind of down the back. So you are going to take some time, that might be kind of cool like that. And of course I would scratch it to attach it, slip to be hip, and blend to the end, but for the sake of this video I am not going to keep doing that. Okay, so you're going to keep going. You'll have the entire art class to create your clay creature.